Watching movies and jamming out. KFLX 198.4 Fiction Radio.
Welcome back to KFLX Fiction Radio, and this is another new type of thing for us to look at, right, Dustin? We've not talked about something based on a stage musical before. Mistletones was a musical, but not based on a stage show.
That's true. Yeah, I don't think we've done a stage musical yet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so it is very new. But in a way, it's also not new at all.
That's, yes, because we've already talked about Sparkle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you see what I'm getting at. Yeah, Sparkle. Wait, have we said Dreamgirls yet?
Oh, well, I mean, it's in the title of the episode. People clicked on it. They know what this is. Yes, we're talking about Dreamgirls, not Sparkle.
They share a lot of DNA.
Yes.
In a very strange, Tender Mercies, Crazy Heart kind of way, where neither property sort of acknowledges the influence that they each had on each other. That's what's crazy about this. In both cases, we're not talking about one thing, one film, one event in time. Dreamgirls started as a musical on Broadway in 1981.
Right.
Which was just a few years after Sparkle, the film, was made in 1976.
Yes.
Dreamgirls was then made into the film that we're primarily here to talk about today in 2006. And then Sparkle was remade in 2012 and definitely took inspiration from 2006 Dreamgirls.
Yes, it did. 100%.
But they're all so inspired by each other. I gotta say, the minute I had never seen Dreamgirls before watching for this episode.
Me either.
The minute I turned it on, I was like, oh, this looks a lot like Sparkle. Like the original.
Right.
The lighting in the theater at the beginning is so cool.
Yeah, they really nailed the look of the this is the 60s, right? This takes place in the 60s, right?
Takes place in the 60s, yeah.
Okay, but the original Sparkle was shot in the 70s, so it has that look to it. So
totally, yeah.
It has the lighting of the 70s film that's taking place in the 60s.
Yeah. And and just in general, this is, a little bit of backstory on Dreamgirls. Like, this is a movie that was trying to get made for decades.
Oh, well, much like the Sparkle remake.
Yeah. And Whitney Houston's name comes up in both of them.
Yeah.
So I'll say the big thing that led to this movie finally getting made, in my mind, and from what I've read, seems to be Chicago getting made and winning Best Picture in 2004.
Yeah, Chicago changed the game.
And then they went and got the writer from the film version of Chicago and put him in charge of Dreamgirls as writer and director.
Which apparently was a project that he very much wanted to do.
Yes, yeah, it wasn't like something he was unfamiliar with. It was a passion of his.
Right.
And it was a passion of a lot of people, namely David Geffen, noted record and movie producer David Geffen, was attached to the original musical and wanted it to, by the late 80s, was already trying to get the movie made, right?
Yes.
And I think that's when Whitney Houston was sort of semi-attached to it.
Right.
What I read is that she wanted more of the roles. Like, she wanted songs from both main characters.
Yeah, she wanted to sing some of the Effie songs as well.
But she wanted to play Dina.
Yes,
So that never materialized. And then there were a lot of other, incarnations. There was, at one point, Geffen's company sort of lost control of, through, boring mergers and bullshit of studios in the 80s, lost control of it. And Warner Brothers had the option, and they had, Joel Schumacher was attached to direct Dreamgirls for a minute.
Which would have been nuts.
Nuts, because he wrote Sparkle.
I know. It just keeps crossing over.
I mean, there were a bunch of, I don't even remember all the names I read. There were a lot of people considered for this. It was a long time coming to get to the 2006 incarnation, the $75 million production that is Dreamgirls, the motion picture.
This movie cost $75 million? I didn't look at the budget.
$75 million. It is the most expensive all-black cast film ever, I think, still.
Wow.
75 mil. And it was very much made to win all the awards.
Yeah.
And it won a lot of them.
Wow. What was the gross on that?
Domestic total was 103 million.
Okay.
Worldwide 155. So it didn't do, these days movies get made to do to double or more outside of the U.S., but this one didn't really do that.
I mean, still made money.
And won a bunch of awards, which is, again, a big thing everybody wanted when making this. They were on it with their submissions and their
campaigning.
Their campaigning, yes.
Well, but I mean, you picked the right person at the helm, somebody fresh off of making Chicago a movie success.
Yeah. And they I feel like they pulled out a lot of the Chicago tricks for this, doing some like theater lighting stuff to kind of put you in that in-between world. So it's not so jarring when people start singing, although it was jarring when people started singing in this. Like
well, it wasn't it's not jarring in the beginning sections of it when they're singing songs that are supposed to be sung at times when songs are happening.
Yeah, they're performing as performers. Yes, yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's the first time where like Jamie Foxx and I think the character of Cece is like standing outside talking about like starting to do bad things, and you're like, oh yeah, I guess I forgot that they're going to sing about their emotions.
Yeah, I think they call those book songs in the theater world, songs that just move it forward, but aren't the like standout numbers. Although that I am going to talk about that song later.
Oh, of course.
2 or 3 times throughout watching this, I was like surprised over and again by like realizing like, oh yeah, it's a musical. I forgot, because there's so much music that takes place on stage as the Dreamettes, whatever.
Yeah.
I almost think, and I'm saying this knowing very little about Broadway, not having been a fan of this musical before, not, about something that existed longer than I have on this earth. But I think the movie would have been better without the book songs. I think it would have felt complete if it was just the performance stuff and the rehearsal stuff, whatever.
I'm going to agree with you 100%.
Okay, so write your hate mail to fictionradiopod@gmail.com. I will say this, book songs in musicals do help things move forward in an expedient way. And I think this, part of my problem, I guess, with the movie, if I have one, is like it's kind of a lurchy pace. I had this problem with Sparkle as well. Like stuff happens where you're like, that was big, can we spend a minute on it?
Oh.
And like they don't, because it's got to keep moving forward through this faux biopic of the Supremes or whatever.
Also, we're given less time in the movie because the show's probably 3+ hours, but the movie's 2.5.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, you're right. And 2.5 was, they were pushing it with that, I think, in terms of people's attention for movies at the time.
Of course. I mean, a musical's a hard enough sell. And then if you want it to be a movie version of that musical, the same... Dude, they broke up Wicked into 2 parts to get people to watch it.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. I watched part 1 the other day. I was like, I could have done the whole thing. There was enough fluff in there. You could have made this work. Whatever.
Fair.
That is 100% just a translation thing you have to get through. You have to figure out how to make it work. They figured out how to make it work. Supposedly, there was a lot more book music in the movie at first. They did the, test screenings and stuff, and a lot of that got cut.
Oh, so they did do a lot of that for the film. They just cut it out.
I believe that's the case, yeah, from what I've read. There is a director's cut. I think I watched the director's cut. It's only 10 minutes longer. It's not like a put everything back in cut.
Gotcha.
Supposedly there was more music. People were like iffy on the music, audiences were, and so they pared it down. And I like where they got it to. I think the stuff in there, it moves stuff forward. Like I said, it doesn't let you dwell on anything long enough, like emotional moments, like the death of a character, for example. But it is what it is. And man, it's an all-out production.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
The movie is very impressive. It looks great. Everybody sounds awesome. It was a enjoyable thing to watch.
Yeah.
So just before we get too carried away on Dreamgirls stuff, I just want to have a little side tangent. And so this is a question I'm going to ask you. And I was excited to ask the question because I thought I had a pretty fun answer to it, but it turned out my brain was wrong. I'm going to ask the question regardless.
Okay.
So I mentioned Jamie Foxx is in this film. When is the first time you remember hearing Jamie Foxx sing?
Ray, I guess. I mean, I've never seen Ray, but the songs from Ray.
Okay. Well, so fun fact about that is he only sang in parts of Ray and was lip syncing for most of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Interesting. Okay. What's your answer?
So the answer that I had in my head was the song Candy off of Will Smith's Big Willie Style album. But I got it mixed up because Jamie Foxx plays a skit character on that album. He's not in that song. So it like my brain was like, no, he's on that Candy song. He's singing, and I looked it up, and he's not, but he does play a character called Keith Be Real on that album, so my brain got it a little wonky.
Gotcha.
Which means the first time I remember hearing Jamie Foxx sing is in Slow Jams by an artist I don't want to name because they're a monster of a person.
Okay, fair. Gotcha.
So because of that, I had to figure out something else musically to play from Jamie Foxx, and I didn't know about this before, but coming fresh off of In Living Color in 1994, Jamie Foxx released a full album called Peep This.
What?
Yes. And he released a song called Infatuation, and here's that song.
There's just one thing I have to know. Is it just infatuation?
This tracks as 1994 R&B.
It really does. It's got that groove. With that, like, sort of whining sound in the background, that wah, 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 like whatever that is.
I mean, the bass is on point.
It's so good.
Okay, wow. Good find. I had no idea this existed.
Yeah, well, because he released some albums in the early aughts and had a bunch of chart-topping singles and did songs with Usher and all kinds of stuff like that. And
Yeah,
I
that's
remember
right.
those, but I did not know about this 1994 album, Peep This.
That's great.
So I also had not seen this film before going into it. I didn't realize Jamie Foxx was even in the movie, so that was pretty funny.
I didn't know. Yeah, what I knew was Beyonce and Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah, that's basically what I knew as well. And so I was thrilled to see Danny Glover in here.
Yeah, it's always good to see Danny Glover pop up.
Who were you about to ask me about?
Well, Eddie Murphy. I had no idea Eddie Murphy was in this.
Oh, okay. I did know Eddie was in it because I knew...
You did? Okay.
Only because he was going to win the Oscar, and then he released Norbit, and everybody went, nope, he can't win anymore.
Legendary snub. Yeah, like it could have changed the whole trajectory of the Eddie Murphy thing at that moment.
Absolutely. And he is phenomenal in this fucking movie.
He's so good. He should have won. Yeah.
He's amazing.
There's a bunch of people in this. Beyonce, like the main characters, I would say, are, we've mentioned Jamie Foxx, we've mentioned Eddie Murphy. Jamie Foxx plays Curtis Taylor Jr. He's sort of the manager of the band that starts out as the Dreamettes, and they are Dina Jones, played by Beyonce, Effie White, played by Jennifer Hudson, and Laurel Robinson, played by Anika Noni Rose. In addition, as you mentioned, we have Eddie Murphy as James Thunder Early, who is like definitely like a composite of like a James Brown, Marvin Gaye sort of
Otis Redding
solo act. Yeah. I was thinking a little bit Little Richard at first.
Oh, sure.
Although he actually name checks Little Richard in the movie, so
He name checks Otis too.
he does. Okay, but not James Brown. I think James Brown is like if you had to pick one, he's James Brown kind of inspiration. So everybody in like Sparkle, everybody in this is based on sort of someone in particular in real life, and also just a general sense around Motown records in real life.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Jamie Foxx's character, Curtis Taylor Jr., is very much based around Berry Gordy, the founder of Motown Records. So much so. Okay, let me back up and say when the film got made, I think it was, again, David Geffen who came in and said, let's lean in and be even more like the real people we're referencing in this.
Oh.
So in the movie version, even more than the Broadway version, they leaned into the whole, like, it is the Supremes. It is the story of the Supremes kind of thing without saying it.
Okay.
Everything but legally. And this,
Yeah.
to the extent that when they were doing the promo tour and stuff for this, the studios had to release an apology letter to Berry Gordy,
Oh, shit.
making sure that they made it known that this was a fictional film and not everything is based in real life. And
That's pretty wild.
because, yeah, rightfully he was not happy about the whole payola thing and
Sure.
some other implications, although I think those things may have happened.
Well, that's probably why he got upset.
Yeah, right. To me, Dreamgirls is sort of like Sparkle the Extended Universe.
Oh, yeah?
Sparkle is like a very inside the family story. I mean, the act sister and her sisters they're literally sisters in that movie.
Right.
In this one, I feel like it's a very similar story, but you just get a bigger world. You know, you get more of the career trajectory, the up and down. Because by the end of Sparkle, it's like, oh, they made it. Good job. Bye. It was all the struggle leading up to them making it, right?
That's true.
Whereas this one's like the whole, into the 70s and the downfall and blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it flashes forward quite a ways.
Real quick, this movie also features an actor named Ken Page, who passed away just a couple years ago. But he was, first and foremost, a native St. Louisan. He was also the original Old Deuteronomy in Cats on Broadway. I had the pleasure of seeing him in that role in Cats at the Muni here in St. Louis in like 2010.
Oh, that's cool.
And he is also, for the kids out there, the voice of Oogie Boogie in The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Fun. Dustin, did you mentioned Jennifer Hudson is in this movie.
Yeah.
I was aware that she came from American Idol, but I didn't realize that she finished 7th in her season.
Yeah. Yeah.
I assumed she won.
Yeah. I kind of did too. I didn't look into it. I didn't realize she was not even in the top group that year. It just goes to show, like we've talked about it, after that first season or two, it doesn't matter anymore.
This was season 3 she was in 2004.
Okay. Well, that's where it started to not matter because the biggest star was the 7th place person. Do you remember
Exactly.
who won? I don't.
Nope. I can tell you, however, that in 2022, Jennifer Hudson became the youngest female EGOT winner at 40 years old.
Wow. Nice.
Just missed youngest ever, which is 39, Robert Lopez, a songwriter.
Okay. Wait, what year was Jennifer Hudson
2004.
for American Idol?
Yeah, season 3.
It was won by a singer named Fantasia Barrino.
Oh, I remember the name Fantasia.
Yeah, she goes by just Fantasia, I guess, sometimes. Fantasia has appeared on a Jennifer Hudson album since.
Oh, that's great.
They were both listed in 2011 by Aretha Franklin as choices to play her in a biopic.
Which did happen.
Jennifer Hudson did, yeah.
Yes.
Play her, yes. But Fantasia was the other choice. That's who won. I felt bad saying I didn't remember who won. That's who won. And she's done all right, actually.
Good for both of them.
Yeah. I mean, so, yeah. Jennifer Hudson, obviously the breakout star from Dreamgirls, the film.
Oh, yeah, totally.
She notably won an Oscar for this role, Best Supporting. It was a little bit of a thing that she was nominated for Best Supporting Actress, where Beyonce was nominated for Best Lead.
Okay.
Just because it sort of mimics what their characters go through in the film.
That's true.
With Effie being put to the sidelines, put behind Beyonce's character Dina. But it all worked out because Beyonce had to go up against Helen Mirren, I think, for her Queen Elizabeth portrayal.
Oh.
And did not win. But Jennifer Hudson did win in her category for Best Supporting Actress. And another way, by the way, that Dreamgirls and Sparkle are intertwined, Jordan Sparks, who played Sparkle in Sparkle 2012, was also an American Idol winner.
Oh. She did win.
I believe she won, although now I got to check it since I thought Jennifer Hudson won.
I'm sure we mentioned it in the Sparkle episode. I just don't recall.
She won the 2007, the 6th season of American Idol.
Okay.
So again, I think by 2012 Sparkle, they were like, okay, what did Dreamgirls do that worked really well?
They took somebody recently from American Idol.
Someone fairly unknown with insane singing chops in both cases.
Oh my God. Yeah. Jennifer Hudson's voice is so powerful.
Oh my God. Dude, I think they all do a great job in the movie, and they all do justice to the characters as originated in the Broadway play or in the Broadway musical. Mm-hmm. The role of Dina actually was, I think, expanded a bit for the film. It was more clearly Effie's story in the Broadway show, and then when they got Beyonce on board and they started writing some new songs, there were 4 new songs, entirely new songs in the...
One of them being a Dina only song.
Yeah, all of them being composed by the original composer, Henry Krieger.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like I say this a lot in tons of episodes, but there was a surprising amount of other fictional artists in this movie.
Oh, dude, that parade of artists at the beginning at the Apollo show. Yeah.
The artists for that were the Stepsisters, which were basically like another sort of Supremes type group. Then you had Little Albert and the Two Tones, and then you had Tiny Joe Dixon.
Tiny Joe Dixon was great.
Yeah, really great. And then when Jamie Foxx's character of Curtis, when he gets his own record label called Rainbow Records, you also had a Jackson 5 type band called the Campbell Connection.
And that's one of the new songs. That's new. That was not in the musical.
Oh, okay. Nice.
That was made for the movie. I've got a clip just because it's so overt.
Yeah, it is so overt. It is right on the money.
I mean, that is basically I Want You Back.
Yeah.
They were not hiding it at this point.
No, not at all.
It sounds like, in my research, the name of the game when putting together the musical was It's the Supreme Story, but don't let on or they'll sue us, basically. That's why, like, the musical is set in Chicago.
Oh, okay.
For the movie, they're like, no, it's Detroit. Brought it back to, like, where Motown Records actually was and where Sparkle is set. We should note, Diana Ross maintains that she has never seen the play, the movie, anything.
Okay, sure. I mean, I believe it.
Yeah. Sure, I get it. It's not super kind. None of these films are super kind to the Diana Ross-esque character.
That's true.
The big star. Although Florence Ballard, who was in The Supremes, who was told that she was too overweight to be the lead and who was eventually fired, does seem to think that the musical and the film are pretty good and pretty on point.
Fair perspective. And then the final artist that we see in the movie that's also signed to Rainbow Records that I noticed was The Family Funk. Well, I guess that's not the final artist because technically by the end of the movie, Jimmy Thunder Early is also under the Rainbow Records umbrella.
That's true. Yeah. It's almost kind of, there's a little bit of a that thing you do-ness to this in that first they're with Danny Glover's character and then he sort of passes them to Jamie Foxx's character, like to take him to the next level.
Right, yeah.
You know, sort of like the guy before Tom Hanks.
Though I would say that in That Thing You Do, it is a welcomed handover, like like a thing that normally happens, whereas Danny Glover was fucking pissed.
He was fucking pissed. That's true, yeah.
Because Jamie Foxx kind of stole the dreams from him, you know?
Okay, that's fair. Yet another reason Berry Gordy wanted to make it clear this wasn't real life. I guess.
Now, we mentioned that Eddie Murphy is in this movie, and he does quite a bit of singing as Jimmy Thunder Early. Mm-hmm. Perhaps, listeners, you are unaware of Eddie Murphy's vast musical history, so I would like to maybe inform you of it.
Ooh. Take us down this road, Shawn.
Yeah, so we're going to go back to 1985 when he released his debut album called How Could It Be? And it had a very big song called Party All the Time, which is written and produced by the one and only Rick James.
Nice.
And the fun fact about this album, How Could It Be, is that Eddie only made it because of a bet with Richard Pryor, where Richard Pryor bet him $100,000 that Eddie couldn't sing. So in the liner notes of the record, Eddie has a quote, "To Richard Pryor, my idol, with whom I made a $100,000 bet. No, motherfucker, I didn't forget."
Wow, that's awesome. And I'm sorry, I gave you a poor reaction there to the Rick James thing. I didn't know that Rick James wrote this song either. I thought you were about to play the clip, so I was being quiet. But that is crazy also to learn.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, Party All the Time is a song that a lot of people know. It was a meme a couple of years ago. If you don't know Party All the Time, just go to YouTube. There's a wonderful music video featuring Rick James in the video. It's awesome.
Nice. Yeah.
I picked a different song from this 1985 album to play. It's called I, Me, Us, We. It is one of the 3 songs that Eddie wrote on this album. The other 2 are Con, Confused, and My God is Colorblind.
Okay.
I wanted to play I, Me, Us, We because it's the closest to a Jimmy Thunder Early sounding song.
Oh, nice.
If you was frowning about your life, and I got no doubts, and you're playing records, so it's very plain to me. The good Lord shine on down, but the light is what
can feel Rick James' presence as well in this one.
Rick James only produced Party All the Time.
Oh, really? He had to have been hanging around. That's crazy.
Yeah, he might have been.
Nice. That was funky. And that's a thing that Jimmy does in the movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a plot point in the film. He brings the funk in and they don't want him to bring the funk in. They're like, no, keep doing the doo-wop stuff. You know, keep it easy.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay.
But that's not the only album that Eddie's released. He released So Happy in 1989 and Love's All Right in 1993. Michael Jackson's on that album.
Oh, wow.
And then between 2013 and 2015, he released a handful of reggae songs and R&B songs.
Oh, yeah.
One of those songs featured Snoop Dogg, who was also in a reggae phase of the time, going by Snoop Lion.
I remember that.
That song is called Red Light, but again, since Snoop Dogg now sucks, fuck that song. We're going to play the reggae song from 2015 called Ooh Ja Ja. And this is just like the most classic reggae sounding beat.
Yeah.
It's almost like a trope of a reggae song.
Almost, but it's good because it sounds legit in a way that Snoop didn't.
Yes. I'm not saying that this is not good. I'm just saying it's like the typical reggae beat.
Yeah. Sure. I'm surprised and impressed that it sounds so like real. Because usually when like somebody who does not do reggae is like, I'm gonna do reggae, it's kind of a mess.
Right.
But like, hey, he pulled it off.
He really did.
I can't believe I've never heard that. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Especially, I was aware of the Snoop Lion stuff, but I was not aware of the Eddie Murphy stuff.
Eddie's got a long history with making music, and I feel like a lot of people don't know about it, so now a few more do.
Yeah. Fantastic. Let's dive into Eddie Murphy's music in the film.
Oh, yeah. Let's get a little taste of Jimmy. Here's Cadillac Car.
I'm on the move. I'm getting on. I'm breaking out. And it won't take long behind the wheel. Got a song. Pedals down. And I'm gone. Yeah. Got me a Cadillac. Oh, got me a Cadillac car. Yes, I got me a Cadillac. Hey, look at me, mister, I'm a star.
This is probably my favorite song in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I could believe that for sure. It's got a groove to it that a lot of the stuff in this doesn't.
Yes. Well, not only that, but most of the other songs are not very high energy or...
I guess that's what I
like
meant by groove in this instance was like it's up tempo.
It's super up tempo in a movie primarily surrounded by ballad sounding songs. Mm-hmm. But also it sounds the most like a song.
Okay, yeah.
For example, a lot of these songs where they have written a song and it's blazing up the charts or, whatever, or they're singing a song in a club, what have you. They sound like musical songs for people doing that stuff. Whereas this one sounds the most like a non-musical song.
Interesting.
Like a radio song. This is, to me at least.
I gotcha. I don't know if I'm fully with you on this one. Only because when you played the clip just now, I was like, oh, it sounds like a musical song still. So it has elements to it. I'm not saying that it is a radio song. It's the closest that it gets. Gotcha. Okay.
I think.
Fair. I get what you're saying, especially the way it's presented in the movie. It really feels like a rock tune, the way like when they first perform it, like with the car in the garage.
Oh yeah, it's really good stuff. And I also I was not expecting in the movie Cadillac Car, it's climbing up the charts and everybody's getting really excited about it. But then out of nowhere, a whitewashed version of it hits the radio and just kills all the momentum for Jimmy's version.
Yes, which is a really tragic event for Jimmy. It's also kind of hilarious to be in the audience and to because it's not better in any way.
It's so much worse. Like, under no circumstances would I choose the whitewashed version to what we just heard.
Right.
So, in case you haven't seen the movie, you just need to hear it for yourself. And this is from Dave and the Sweethearts.
Good fake band name.
Got me a Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac. Got me a Cadillac.
This is like the equivalent of watching golf on TV. Like, do you want me to take a nap now?
I would say it's worse. Golf on TV has like an ASMR quality that I do enjoy. I'm not a golf person, but like when I put it on, it puts me into like a calm place.
Sure. Well, that's why I take naps. So I agree with that.
Yeah, I mean it's a funny way of presenting a thing that really happened all the damn time. You know?
Yeah.
The Beatles stand on so many artists of color. With their early career especially.
So a part of the reason that I say that this version of Cadillac Car sounds like more of a song is because it got expanded upon so much from the original Broadway version, which is only a quick snippet of the chorus and that's it. So all of the verses in the movie did not exist in the original Broadway version. The original Broadway version is like a over 3-minute song, but most of it is book songs, as you put it. Like it's them talking about making the song, and then it's just a little clip of it, and then it's the song rising up the charts while it goes on in the background immediately into the whitewashed version. So take a listen to this. See, so here we're climbing up.
47. With number 32.
And then the whitewashed version is going to come in right here. And that's all we get.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That's Cadillac Car in the Broadway version.
So there are 4 new songs for the movie, but there is also new material for the old songs in the movie. That's interesting.
Yeah, I also thought that was very interesting.
I like that, given what we talked about at the top of like we just wanted more of the performance stuff and less of the book stuff.
And they gave it to us.
They did it. They were trying. For sure.
Yeah, I thought that was really great. The original Broadway version was done by Cleveland Derricks, and he won a Tony for his role as Jimmy.
Yes.
The reason that this song exists in the movie is because they're like, everybody's writing songs about cars, and I really love that as a commentary.
Yeah.
I was curious what songs you think about when you think about car songs.
Oh.
Do you think of anything just like on the fly? Because I didn't ask you this question beforehand.
I do. I'm trying to think of a better what specifically when I think about a car brand in a song, I think of the song, like that song Mercury, or I'm going to buy me a Mercury.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Which I know from being a kid and hearing the Alan Jackson version. Oh. But I know that was a cover. He did that song on Home Improvement. That is a
Alan
memory I just
Jackson?
unlocked. Alan Jackson did that song on Home Improvement.
Holy shit. Okay.
Oh, speaking of 90s TV, did you clock Jaleel White?
I did, yes. Yeah. Very awesome. Yeah. Love that.
Yeah.
When I think of branded car songs, I go right to Little Red Corvette.
That's a way better song.
But I also thought of like Lowrider.
Okay.
Or the Rob Zombie song Dragula, or
okay.
Or going back to Buckaroo Banzai very recently with Rocket 88, you know?
Yeah. Okay, sure. I was not thinking so contemporary. I was trying to think
Radar Love as well.
Of the time, Radar Love. Yeah.
Fuck, dude, Drive by the Cars is crazy.
That's true. Drive by the Cars. There's also Drive by Incubus.
Oh, right, yeah.
You remember that one?
I do, yeah.
Here you go. This one might actually be out of copyright at this point. Do you know Woody Guthrie's car song?
Oh, I don't know. No, I don't believe I know this.
Take me riding in the car, take me riding in the car, take you riding in my car, I'll take you riding in my car.
All right.
I legitimately love this song.
Man, I wish I would have heard that as a kid. I would have loved that shit.
Right? It's totally it's a great kid song.
So yeah, man, fucking loads of car songs out there. So I just, I thought that would be fun to, toss them back and forth.
Yeah. I'm still trying to think of I could go on all day with this.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
And then songs that just reference cars amongst other things.
What constitutes as a car? Does a doom buggy count? Because presidents of the United States have little blue doom buggy.
That album's so good.
Yeah, it's so fun. I love that record. Speaking of fun stuff, we mentioned it a couple of minutes ago. The Jimmy rap is so fun, and I don't understand the backlash that he gets for doing this in the movie, because it's so refreshing. He's singing this fucking doo-wop song and then stops in the middle of it, and just like I'm thinking while watching it, he goes, I can't sing this sad stuff no more. And I'm like, thank fucking God. And then he just starts getting the band like bass, sax, and he just like starts calling out the stuff, and it's just like this wall of sound starts, and he just starts doing this improvised Jimmy rap. It's so fucking good.
Yeah, man. I mean, well, that's the sound of funk coming in, and it was not embraced right away.
A damn shame.
Record companies, labels wanted more of the same. They wanted the safe stuff.
Just listen to this glory.
Listen, Jimmy want a rib, Jimmy want a steak, Jimmy want a piece of your chocolate cake. But more than all that, Jimmy wants a break. Cause Jimmy got soul, Jimmy got soul, Jimmy got soul.
Now, Dustin, these horns sound really familiar to me, but I couldn't place it. Do they sound like anything to you? It's not like a ska sound. It's like a contemporary sound. There's just like, I don't know, man. They're just like a.
To me, it's a funk sound. It's George Clinton. It's Kool and the Gang. It's funk horns, I would say.
That's fair.
Certainly, yeah, that stuff still exists. Huh.
I don't know. It's just like when I hear that horn section, it's sparking a wire, but the wire's not connecting in my brain, And I'm just like, I don't know. I'll ask Dustin and just see if it, connected for him.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it fits with, I think, what they're trying to show, which was the next thing that was happening in music, or at least in black music.
Right.
On the less disco-y side. Disco is just funk for white people, right? So.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate.
I think.
So I want to go ahead and just throw out the Cleveland Derrick's version of this song. The bass line is so thick and groovy in the original Broadway version of this.
Ooh.
Jimmy want a rub, Jimmy want a steak, Jimmy want a piece of your chocolate cake. More than all that, Jimmy wants a break. Cause Jimmy got soul, Jimmy got soul, Jimmy got. I've got to move.
Oh yeah, it's like bubbly.
Right?
I can't do rock, can't do roll. What I can do, I can show my soul.
Man, the Jimmy character sells this movie so fucking hard for me.
Yeah, it's nice to have that as something for the Dreamgirls, for the Dreamettes to bounce off of.
Totally. And it gives a whole other musical side of things too. So you're not just getting one element of the time.
It definitely, like, this is what I'm saying when I'm saying it's like Sparkle Extended Universe. It's like they're trying to show you the entirety of kind of what was going on at Motown Records and just the Motown movement, and like music in general in the 60s going into the 70s. Like, it's a big time span and a big genre that they're trying to like tell the story of in a way in this. So I mentioned that it moves quickly, but I guess it has to.
Yeah, it does sort of have to, given the, if it were to all take place in the 60s, I feel like it could have expanded upon things. But the fact that it jumps decades, it sort of has to be condensed.
It's that thing that like happens to every biopic. And this is not a biopic, but it's like a shadow biopic, It's like The Supremes, but not. And I feel like that happens in every biopic. It's like, well, we have to tell the story of their whole career.
Yeah.
And usually with real people, it's like, and they're still alive, and they think the part of their career that they're in right now is equally important. So,
right.
so there's that hurdle.
Yeah.
But yeah, just anytime you try to span decades, you gotta breeze over some stuff, unfortunately. Like the death of James Thunder Early.
Which doesn't happen in the Broadway show.
Oh, what, really?
Yeah, he does not die.
I didn't realize that.
No, he's just never seen from or talked about again after he gets fired from Rainbow Records.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So they are actually giving us a little more closure in the movie, having him pass away and having Laurel mourn him very briefly.
Yep.
Okay.
Because I was curious about that. I was like, oh, does he die in the musical? And apparently not.
Yeah. I think it was a good enough. I don't know.
I love the choice. I'm a fan of it.
It was a good choice. I was going to say it was a good change. I can't say it's a good change. I've never seen the musical.
Sure.
I wish that I'd been around in 1981 to see musicals. It seems like there was good stuff going on. Little Shop of Horrors debuted the following year in 82.
Oh,
which
man.
also has great, like, girl group, 60s girl group music.
Yes.
Like they have this like Greek chorus like taking you through the whole show.
Yeah, they're the narrators essentially.
Pretty much. I mean, kind of. There is also a narrator.
Yes.
There's the guy with the voice.
Yeah. I love that show.
It's so good. Yeah, but a lot of like there was funk in the air, and I wish I was there.
I agree.
So before we get to the main act, the Dreamettes / the Dreams / Dina Jones and the Dreams. Mm-hmm. That's how expansive this is. They have 3 different names for the group in the span of this movie.
Yeah, I think Sparkle only had 2.
I think they only had 2. Yeah. Because again, when they get successful, that's the end. Mm-hmm. But anyway, before we get to the main act, I do want to cover that song we mentioned earlier. It's called "Step Into the Bad Side." It is the song that takes us through the like sort of Breaking Bad moment, and it's the first time in the movie where the characters sing apropos of nothing. Like up until that point, we've heard like 6 songs already at this point.
Yeah.
And they're all like in studio or on stage performances, and then Jamie Foxx just starts singing, and you're like, "Oh, right."
Yeah, like in a parking lot outside of the studio. It's like, whoa.
Step into the bad side. Today. Step into the bad side. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Gonna take a mean ride. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
The funk is real heavy in this one, too.
It's got some good funk. To me, this one is a nod to the Temptations, who were before the Supremes, the lead act on Motown Records.
That's true. It sounds like that. Oh fuck! I can't think of the name of the song.
I got 2. Let's see if one of them is the one you're thinking of. But to me, it sounds like later Temptations.
Yes,
And it could be a little bit of I Can't Get Next to You from '69.
But my life is incomplete and I'm so
okay.
I can't get next to you. Next to you, baby. Next to you. Just can't get next to you, baby.
It's the chorus where it hits real hard for that one. I can't get next to you,
Yeah.
babe.
It's that thing they do, and they don't do that until later in their career. They literally go from like boys to men.
Exactly.
And this happens, and they get serious, and they start talking about like political and societal issues around this time. In 1970, we get Ball of Confusion,
Can't you hear me talking to you? Just a ball of confusion.
Oh,
which I
okay.
think is also in the world, right?
Yeah, definitely in the world.
Also, just one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, good observation on the Temptations stuff.
Nice. Real quick, I want to hit up one of the 4 new songs, entirely new songs. We talked about one, which was the Jackson 5 Sound Alike.
Right.
I'm going to talk about another. It's called Love You I Do, and this was written for the character of Effie.
Good about myself from my very first kiss. I'm here when you call. You've got it all and confidence like I never knew. You're the perfect man for me. I love you, I do.
So one thing with this one, I feel like this sort of remedies one of your complaints a little bit, obviously not fully, but it is a more up-tempo song.
It is a more up-tempo song, especially compared to the new song for Dina, Listen, which is a crazy ballad.
Full-on ballad. Yeah. This one reminds me a little more of the Sparkle music, which was a darker film, but a more upbeat music, I would say.
Sure.
It also, I don't know if you caught the horn line right at the beginning.
Oh, sure. Uh-huh.
Like instantly I was like,
Oh, Newsies action.
like it's the same, I don't know, same scale or something. This one also, I think, fits really well. I wouldn't have known, like, oh, this was written 20 years later.
Right, no.
It fits right in with the other music from Dreamgirls. It also mimics a lot of, like, the stuff that Alan Menken wrote for Little Shop of Horrors, again, right after the original Dreamgirls.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, I just wanted to shout out that song, Love You, I Do, because I thought it was impressive. Usually when you have something that's kind of like new, in quotes, it's less good, or it's like it just doesn't fit, and this fit into Dreamgirls really well.
I would say that Patience fit in decently as well. The extra Jimmy song.
Yeah, all of the, like, I just picked one to call out, but all of the new stuff is impressively in the universe still.
Oh, totally.
I mean, I know it's by the same composer, but like still you run the risk usually of doing something different 20 years later, and nailed it.
It certainly is a huge undertaking to do something like that. I would like to take us to the titular track of Dreamgirls next. This was a huge hit in the movie, going to at least number 8 on the charts.
Every man has his own special dream, and your dream is just about to come true. Life's not as bad as it may seem if you open your eyes to what's in front of you. We are dream girls, boys, we'll make it happy. Yeah, we are dream girls, boys, we'll always care.
It's a super catchy chorus.
I think they hit the Supremes thing really on the head with this one.
Yeah.
That one sounded of the era and of the Supremes to me.
Sure. So I want to go ahead and play the Broadway version before I get fully into it, just so that way you can hear the quick comparison. But here's the original cast.
Every man has his own special dream, and your dream's just about to come true. Life's not as bad as it may seem if you open your eyes to what's in front of you. We're your dream girls, boys, we'll make you happy. Yeah, we're your dream girls, boys, we'll always care.
See, I would say that this one really nailed the Supreme sound.
Okay, sure.
I mean, they do sound similar enough, but the movie version to me sounds like it's been run through a social media beauty filter.
A bit, and part of that is Beyonce. Nothing against Beyonce, but that's what her voice does to attract to me, is it modernizes it in a way that changes things.
I understand that being a part of her vocal sound, but it's musically as well. It's like everything in that Broadway version is like vibrant, big,
Yeah.
loud, and everything for the movie version is like compressed, shrunken, truncated. Like it's
Yeah, okay. I won't disagree with you at all there. My comment was about the songwriting, and I just made it early. So you were like, you're totally right. Yeah, the Broadway version is even closer to the Supremes thing. But from a songwriting standpoint, I was just like, oh yeah, that sounds right.
from the songwriting standpoint, nailed it. But from the sound of it, the original Broadway one is bang on, whereas
Yeah.
the movie one sounds like 2006 trying to sound like that.
That thing where it sounds too new. Yeah. We run into it all the time.
Exactly.
Really quickly, because we've played a couple clips from the Broadway show now. I just wanted to mention Effie on Broadway was originally performed by Jennifer Holliday. We had Cheryl Lee Ralph as Dina and Loretta Devine as Laurel.
Great voices.
Oh, they're awesome. I had no idea Cheryl Lee Ralph was in the original Dreamgirls cast.
No.
Everybody knows her now for Abbott Elementary, but she's been around forever doing this stuff.
No, she's in this just sounding phenomenal.
Super impressive. That whole show. Again, I wish I could have gone. I wish I could be
I know.
there in the 80s seeing this open.
Would have been incredible.
I want to take it on to the song One Night Only, which is kind of a pivotal point in the second act, near the end of the film, where Effie is making her comeback, long having been fired from the group, from the Dreams, from what is now Dina and the Dreams.
She's back with Danny Glover's character.
She's back with Danny Glover's character as her manager, producer, and they together record the song One Night Only.
I have no doubt that I could
this song is so cool. It's got like a Nina Simone like depth to her vocals.
You really don't have the time. You've got one night only. That's all you have to spare.
Unfortunately, she gets Cadillac Card by her old group. Dina and the Dreams take this song and run with it, and we're now in the 70s, and this is what they make of it.
You want my love, so right on the line.
Really turned up the disco dial for this one.
Very much so.
I have no doubt that
And to be fair, Dina doesn't know that this is Effie's song when she records
That's true.
it.
Yeah. This is all,
That's all Curtis.
label level, managerial level deals.
one night only.
I don't hate it. I just, it's the thing where you hear the soulful version first and you go, that's amazing. And then this sounds kind of silly in comparison.
It's not as silly as the whitewashed version of Cadillac Car. Like,
No.
I would listen to the Dina and the Dreams version of that song. I would not listen to whatever the Dave and the
folked up
Sweethearts version of Cadillac Car.
Yeah, for sure. Now, in the Broadway version, this is all one track. It just fades. They basically just didn't record it separately. It goes right from the Effie version to the Dina version, Dina and the Dreams version.
It has no chance going on.
So this is Jennifer Holliday as Effie.
Something so right has got no.
I'm sure the stage is probably split in half for this scene, too, where Effie's on the one side
totally.
and Dina's on the other. That's a pretty seamless transition. That's
pretty cool.
good. I like that.
And now we're into the Cheryl Lee Ralph Dina version.
I like this a lot.
Better, yeah.
This is really good. Man, the Broadway version, whatever they have the bass turned up for all of these songs, it is like full on coming
for you.
at me.
Yeah.
I am loving it, dude. The bass is pumping for that recording.
Yeah, for sure. Now, really quickly, this reminded me of something we've talked about before.
Okay.
Do you know where I'm going?
No, I was hypnotized by the bass. Oh. Little Dewey Cox.
Goodbye, love. Goodbye, love.
The disco version of Starman from Walk Hard.
I genuinely love that cover. It's so fun.
It's great, yeah. But it's totally like both of these were like real things that happened. They took songs and went, well, let's disco it up. But I'm with you. I think the Broadway one works better musically.
Yeah.
So that leaves us, Shawn, with the song "And I'm Telling You I'm Not Going." Sort of the big song. If there is, like, there's a lot of big numbers in this musical, but this is sort of the one over the years. And this is the song. It's the end of Act 1 where Effie is getting kicked out of the band, and she's singing this plea to Curtis and to her other band members.
And time, we've had so much to share. No way. I'm not waking up tomorrow morning and finding that there's nobody there. Darling, there's no way. No way. I'm living without you. I'm not.
I know I said this earlier, but Jennifer Hudson's voice is like so powerful. I imagine myself like standing in front of her and it being like those big, huge fans in gym
Like
class.
blowing you back.
Where it's just like, woo, like if I had a jacket on, it would make it look like a cape.
So this song is so important to the whole thing that I read that when they shot the movie, they actually had to get extra money to do this scene, just this song, over the course of like 4 days at the end of production, because when they
Whoa.
tried it earlier, Jennifer Hudson kept losing her voice, and they decided that like it didn't look right for her to lip sync even if she didn't have her full voice to throw into it.
Okay.
So speaking of that power, like just to look right, she has to be doing it on set.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Now, this song has been really popular throughout culture over the years, and in all the 2 decades where there was no movie, it got referenced a ton in other things.
It's funny that you say that because when I watched the movie, the song had no reference in my brain. I heard the song and I went, oh, powerful vocals. Then I listened to the Broadway version of this song a couple of nights ago, and my brain went, you fucking know this. And it was like a weird trick that my brain played on me of like, no, you don't recognize it because it's not the one that you know until you hear the one that you know, and you're like, hey, how did you not pick up on that? And you figured out why I know that fucking song, and you sent it to me today. I couldn't figure it out. I was just like, I know this song from something.
I'll play the clip of what I sent you.
Wait a minute. Now you wait 1 minute, Uncle Phil. Now, I didn't want to have to do this, but you brought this on yourself.
That's Will Smith.
That's
and if
Will
you
Smith.
caught it, he said Uncle Phil. That means this is a fresh Prince of Bel-Air clip.
Yep, and I'm going to let it play because we haven't played the Broadway version, but he's just going to lip sync to it in this scene. It's worth looking up, by the way.
Oh, it's very hilarious. Will is making Uncle Phil cower on the couch while he's just singing over top of him. It's just so good.
I mean, Will is hilarious in this. James Avery is also giving it his all, like being sung at.
Oh, yeah. I mean, no one acted as well as James Avery on that show. He was the glue that kept that show together.
Oh, so good. Presumably, that is probably how you know it from that episode of The Fresh Prince. That's how a lot of people knew it. It was known because, Broadway plays come and go and kind of continue to exist for people who know about Broadway plays. But in terms of being in the like big zeitgeist of culture, like this was what it was known for a long time.
Sure. Well, I mean, like you texted me that clip this morning, and just seeing the thumbnail of it, I was like, this is it. This is what I was thinking of. I didn't even have to play it.
But it has come up a lot throughout the years, especially in the 90s and, pre the movie getting made. Once the movie got made, it became, about that again. So I just wanted to take a minute and play a little mini game, maybe.
Okay, sure. Why not?
And see if you can tell me, the rules for this one are, you can tell me who's singing it or what show it's from. Because in some cases, like, if you knew the name of the person singing it, I would be out of here.
Okay.
It would be unbelievable. But if you can tell me the show that it came from.
Okay.
All right. And they're in chronological order.
Great.
So this first one is from 1987.
And I am telling you, I'm not
Tony Clifton.
No.
I'll ever know.
Wait, is Tony Clifton the
Andy Kaufman
Andy
personality?
Kaufman character?
Yes. Yeah.
This is a tougher one. I'll give you a hint. It's for a telethon. It's for the MDA telethon.
Oh, yeah. I'm not gonna get. I'm not likely to get that.
Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah. All right. This next clip is from, I think it's from around 94.
Living Single?
No. This was definitely not something I remembered.
Oh, great.
This was two characters on an episode of the show Martin.
Oh, was one of those? Okay, yeah, all right.
I'm not even I'm going by maybe you've seen more Martin than I have. That's why I even put it on the list. It's the characters are Gina and Pam.
Yeah, Gina. It was Tisha Campbell. She's in Little Shop. She's one of the three women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Well, this is Gina and Pam. They're singing over each other in an audition because Biggie is in the room, looking for new talent.
Gotcha.
At Martin's talk show.
Man, that's crazy because I can totally hear the Tisha Campbell in there now.
That's funny. Nice.
Fuck.
You were close. You were closer than I thought.
I should have got that. I mean, Living Single's a pretty good guess. I think they were on the same block.
Pretty close. Yeah.
Fuck. All right. At least I'm happy with my guesses. At least I've been happy with the guesses.
These are solid guesses. Yeah, in a very hard category. Okay, we're going to jump ahead again to 98.
Okay.
And this is a talk show appearance.
No, 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 no way. No, 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 no way. We're living without you.
I lied. It's not exactly a talk show appearance.
We're not living without you.
97?
98.
Jim Carrey.
It is Jim Carrey.
Yes!
It's on the finale episode of the Larry Sanders Show. Good job.
Oh, man.
Yeah, he's singing it to Gary Shandling and...
You know, I remember that
Do you?
because he drops to his knees at a certain point, and it's in my Jim Carrey Falls Down supercut.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah, I remember that.
yeah. That's the song. Okay. This one's... This is feeling so unfair because it's all stuff I'd never heard of.
Hey, I got one. I fucking
You got one, though. Now we are in 2001, and this one's going to be a montage of characters singing it, and they're getting booed, and then we get to, finally, the character that everybody likes.
No way. We're part of the same place. We're part of the same time. We both have the same blood.
2001?
01.
Same mind.
This is a comedy, it has to be, right?
It is a comedy.
I'm not waking up tomorrow morning and finding
Wedding Crashers?
Nope.
I don't know.
I'll tell you who's singing it, because, again, if you could guess it, it'd be crazy. It's actor John Cho
Oh.
of, like, Harold and Kumar.
Wait, yeah. Harold and Kumar, yeah. One Piece, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. Fuck, dude, I don't know.
That is from a movie called Down to Earth, which was a Chris Rock project.
Okay. Have not seen that one. Oh, wait, no, that's the one where he dies and goes back to Earth? Is that where he's the dead guy?
That sounds right. I know very little about it, but it is a remake of a 1978 film called Heaven Can Wait, which that sounds like that would be the plot of that.
Okay. I
Yes.
vaguely remember that movie coming out. I still don't think that I ever saw it, though.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd never seen it.
Okay, I can't fault myself for that one.
Nope. All right. Next up, I don't have a year on this one. It's after 2001, pre-Dreamgirls.
Glee.
No.
I thought you were going to try to glee me.
I think Glee would be after 2006.
And I am telling you, I'm not going. You're the best man I've ever known. And there's no
It's a sitcom.
way I can ever
It's a sitcom from 06?
From before 06. I'm saying it's from before Dreamgirls movie.
Oh, okay.
Between 01 and 06, I would say.
I'm not living without ya. Not living without ya. Don't wanna be free.
Is it Monique?
Nope.
I don't know.
There was a hint. I think I talked over it.
And
doing a lie when you want them to.
Oh, Everybody Hates Chris.
It's from Everybody Hates Chris. Yes.
If I heard Terry Crews in there, that would have given it away, too.
All right. I've got a few more. We'll try to rapid fire them.
Okay. All right.
This one is from 06. This is presumably like the movie has just been released.
Oh, okay.
So it's like the hot thing.
And I am telling you.
All right. A live performance clip.
You're the best man I ever know.
Oh, God. How I Met Your Mother?
Nope. It's a live show.
Wait, what?
It's
What
an
do you mean, a
actual live show. Well,
Like
what could that mean?
30 Rock?
No, like a live show.
30 Rock had a live episode of the show. I'm trying to guess shows
Oh,
that
okay.
Drew Carey show.
Every episode of this show is live.
Oh, I have Saturday Night Live?
Yes, that's the show.
Oh, okay. Who was singing that?
And it was
Taron Killam?
Jake Gyllenhaal was hosting.
Oh,
And
okay.
he's in a dress and a wig. Almost done. I've got one from...
Why did I go for sitcoms that have live episodes over Saturday Night Live?
It's a weird thing to... I know. When I was saying the clue, I was like, no, you just gotta get to my brain space.
Yeah,
You'll know
you were
exactly
like, live
what
episode.
I'm saying.
Like, okay, yeah. I know some shows that had live episodes. I can do
did a
this.
live episode, I believe.
They did!
All right, here's one from 2009. So now we're past the movie, and it's being referenced again in the more modern world.
There's no way I can ever go. No, there's no way. No.
Are you gleeing me now?
I'm gleeing you, buddy.
I knew you were going to try and glee me. I was ready for it early. I was ready for it early.
But yep.
It was way too fucking polished. I was like, this sounds like Glee to
polished. Yes, that's Amber Riley as Mercedes Jones in Glee.
me. Nice.
All right, here's my last one. It's a movie.
Okay.
I've never seen it. I had never heard of it. I'll be shocked if you are more aware than me.
What year?
Also 2009.
And I am telling you, my belly's growling. I like clay.
Oh.
Pig feet, toes.
Wow. It's like the vocal stylings are like a mixture of John Witherspoon and Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
Pootie Tang? This isn't in Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang is before 09.
It's not in Pootie Tang. I think that was a little earlier. Yeah.
I don't know.
I was not aware at all of this. This is from a movie called Dance Flick.
Oh,
which was,
Damon Wayans Jr.
Nope.
Well, but that's who's in that movie.
Okay, great. Yeah. So it's a movie in the vein of Scary Movie. It's a parody film. But this particular performance is David Alan Grier in a huge fat suit as a character named Sugar Bear.
Okay. Yeah, that's a Wayans Brothers movie.
Is it? Okay, so it is in the Scary Movie family.
Yeah. All of the guys are in there. Marlon, Shawn, Keenan, and Damon.
Nice.
Damon Jr. Sorry, not Damon Sr.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. So there's the tour of all the non-Dreamgirls appearances that I could muster.
I got a couple. I got like 4.
You did pretty good. Yeah, and I did spare you the countless competition show appearances. It has been sung on American Idol and The Voice and all those so many times. Before we wrap this up, I do want to give us one final version of the song. This is not part of the quiz.
Okay.
But in 1994, at the American Music Awards, we did get to hear Whitney Houston's take.
Oh, fun. I like those dig down moments to like,
oh man, yeah,
like those gritty vocals when they get like real far down in the gut, you know, ooh, like I fucking love that shit. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah, fucking really got it out of there. You got to like put some hip into that.
It's a shame. It's from 94. It's a TV recording, and it's like a kind of weird mix. But like her voice, just Whitney's voice, having just listened to a bunch of, you know, wacky Jim Carrey sitcom takes, whatever. It's so powerful.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, Jennifer Hudson's as well.
Sure.
And the original
Jennifer Holiday?
The original by Jennifer Holiday as well. I mean, these are 3 of the truest singing vocal professionals to have ever walked the earth. But yeah, I wanted to, you know, since Whitney's been so entangled in all of these stories, I wanted to make sure we got her take on the song in there as well.
Of course. That was probably a vindication for her in a way, since she missed out on the role.
Yeah.
Now that we're wrapping up the episode, Dustin, the normal question is once again coming your way, as it does every week here on KFLX. If the fictional artists in this movie were real, would you listen to any of them?
I'm gonna take the any of them part very seriously this time and say, I wish I could hear more of Jimmy's career.
Yes.
As he got funkier.
Totally.
And didn't die.
Yeah. If you can hear where the play version of Jimmy went.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say because like we talked about, it's the musical thing. Like the songs there's a sheen of musical, stage musical over everything. So it's hard to say. I would like to believe that in the real world, I would be into all these artists. Yes.
Nice. Hell yeah.
And your take? I
would check Jimmy out. But if the Dreams sounded this musical like, I would pass.
Yeah, sure. That makes sense. Yeah, it was a dense thing to listen to. It's always tough to listen to musicals because it's like the story is in there too, and you have to forgive a lot of weird stuff that doesn't happen in normal, quote unquote, normal songs because there's story happening and there's like pauses and like people stop singing and then the drums are just. And it's like that wouldn't work in a song on the radio.
No, not at all.
But if they were real.
Yes. Again, it's not like any of these songs are bad or performed in ways that I don't enjoy. They all sound really good and all of that stuff. Everybody sings very well. All of the instrumentation is great for a musical. But in terms of me listening to it on my own, maybe Cadillac Car.
Sure.
I'll probably keep Cadillac Car.
But sounds like you'll take the Sparkle soundtrack over
100%.
Most days.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. I mean, fucking Curtis Mayfield writing those songs.
Can't go wrong. Yeah. Well, I hope that we have elaborated on what we started with Sparkle a little bit, and I hope this all makes sense to people. It is a lot, and it's certainly more than we could ever become experts on.
100%. Nor are we the people to become experts on this.
Multiple songs in this show have their own Wikipedia pages. Songs. So,
yeah.
It's one of those like, we could never fit into one episode, but hopefully, this made sense and gave everybody a little bit more on the fake story of the Supremes. That's pretty close to the real story of the Supremes.
And if this is a new property to you, please check it out because, it's a super fun watch.
Yeah.
And don't forget to come back next week because we're talking about a really fun movie called Idlewild. And if you are not familiar with that title, it is the Outcast musical.
I'm so excited, and it's like a forgotten film almost.
Yeah. I saw this movie in the theater, so I'm super pumped for you to check it out and enjoy this thing.
I can't wait for us to talk about it then. Yeah, we'll be back next week with that.
So thanks for joining us for Dreamgirls. If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a rating or review on whatever platform you're currently listening to this on. And if it happens to be YouTube, give us a thumbs up and a subscribe.
And find us online at fictionradiopod.com and contact us at fictionradiopod@gmail.com.
See you next week for Idlewild.
Watching movies, jamming out. KFLX 198.4 Fiction Radio.